back to the Arizona Craft Beer Awards and Festival Beer channel here on Instagram, or if you're listening to us on podcasts, watching us on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you choose to watch us. Thanks for joining us. We're back for another episode to talk about a beer from Mudshark out in Lake Havasu City, right?
Yep.
One of two breweries out there, the other one being College Street, and this one today is the Full Moon, a wheat beer that goes 8.5% on the ABV.
Yeah, that's a big beer.
That's high for an ABV, right? I think that's one of the features on this one. As I crack it, what do you know about Mudshark?
I don't know much about them, but I do know that they are one of, like you said, one of two breweries out in Lake Havasu City, which is a fun place to go if you like sitting on a lake. And yeah, I'm really excited to try this beer.
We have a couple of these sitting here on the table, and I'm going to put in front of the camera.
I definitely feel like there's a beer that they make that I am familiar with that I cannot like put my finger on.
Well, I can tell you in our research, so this Full Moon, second most popular beer on Untappd for Mudshark. Number one is Desert Magic IPA. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
I don't think so.
Okay, no worries. So you took a first sip.
It's interesting though. They make a blueberry vanilla when the other brewery in Lake Havasu, College Street, does their Big Blue Van, which is a blueberry vanilla. So I wonder if that's like a turf thing.
Could be.
That's very interesting. Yeah,
they're trying to corner the market on the blueberry.
I know, and the vanilla.
We'll have to crack this one, this blueberry vanilla, maybe a little bit later. The College Street one pours out, the Big Blue Van, it pours out as a really clear, like yellow, clear beer.
Yeah.
You would think it would be blue. There's one beer that's really, really blue. I don't know if it's this one or not, so we'll wait on that one. In the meantime, so this one talks about on the can that there's a hazy orange amber to the color here, right?
Yeah, kind of a standard wheat. It's definitely a little darker than your typical wheat beer, and I think that's maybe that has something to do with the alcohol content or what. But
I get a lot of sweet orange.
Yeah, it's a classic, orange wheat, coriander. I know they use orange peels and coriander in the brewing, so it's just to me it's a very nostalgic flavor. This is kind of the type of beer that I started drinking in my palate journey. Basically an upgraded Blue Moon.
Yeah, wheat beer. And would you call this maybe a Hefeweizen or no?
No,
it's
no, because this is a Belgian style.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so Hefeweizen's a German style. I think it's a difference in whatever yeasts and malts they use.
Sure.
But yeah, this is much more.
So there's a difference in those two styles.
Right.
Yeah.
This is much more of like that shock top Blue Moon style of beer, but heavier because it's a higher alcohol content. But yeah, it's kind of again kind of nostalgic for me and easy to drink.
It's always important to have nostalgia. You got to remember the good times.
That's right.
The good times when you first started drinking beer.
When Disney Plus put all of their Disney Channel original movies on there, that was like nostalgia central for me, because it was like all the movies that came out on the Disney Channel when I was a kid, so like Brink and Halloween Town and Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, like all those. So that's nostalgia. This is just beer nostalgia.
Okay.
You know
so
what I mean?
you're maybe 10 years difference, but so I don't recognize any of those titles that you just mentioned. But I do recognize a good Full Moon Mudshark wheat beer.
Way to bring us back.
Try to bring us back from Disney to beer. We can cover all the range of topics, right?
That's right.
So this beer talks about how the high ABV kind of hides some of the stronger aromas that you might get from an orange or something. To me, on the first sip, kind of crushable, which is dangerous.
Yeah,
because
I think that's what they mean.
8.5%.
I think that's what they mean is the wheat and the orange, the coriander. It's kind of that refreshing sort of flavor you get from a wheat beer hides the fact that it's 8.5%.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think. I mean, there's 8.5 isn't to the point where you kind of really start to taste the alcohol like you do in some of these like barrel-aged stouts and stuff that are like 13%. You might feel kind of that alcohol burn. 8.5 isn't quite there yet, but you definitely there's a flavor difference. But I think the orange and the coriander and the wheat kind of tamp that down, so you don't feel, like you said, it's crushable. You kill a couple of these cans and then feel it way more than if you just drank a couple of regular wheat beers.
Gotcha. So good stuff here from Mudshark and the people out there in Lake Havasu City. We hope to see them along with everyone else at the Arizona Craft Beer Festival, celebrating that.
Funny you mentioned that because our venue is confirmed. We are absolutely going to be holding this festival on October 22nd at Heritage at Sportsman's Park, which is a really cool new venue right on one of the lawns at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale.
Awesome. Awesome for the West Valley.
Yeah, super cool, big open lawn, really cool, little beer garden space attached to the lawn. Right in the shadow of the stadium. It's going to be really cool. So definitely look out for more information as we post it. You'll have to check out azcraftbeer.com. That'll get updated as we get more information. Tickets will be launched sometime in July. So keep an eye out for any information about when we're going to start selling tickets. We should be planning a cool kind of launch party at one of our lovely breweries here in the valley for that. So you gotta stay tuned. You gotta stay tuned.
Keep watching this channel, whether you're on Instagram or YouTube, Facebook, or listen to a podcast. We're gonna have so much more to announce in the coming weeks as we go through this. What do you think of my beer wall, by the way?
I think it's great. It's probably the best wall ever built.
So we'll continue to go through these beers, and we'll continue to bring more exciting announcements about the Arizona Craft Beer Awards and the festival. Yep. We started going through some of our preliminary talks on how we get judges and stuff like that. We're figuring that out and kind of behind the scenes stuff, but we want to let people know that we're going to really, really do this right.
That's right.
And award the best beers in Arizona for the styles that they create. There's so many. There's hundreds of breweries, hundreds of different styles, and we want to be able to reward their effort, the brewers' effort, the people who work hard every single day to brew these beers for us to enjoy. We want to award that. We last did a beer guide about 5 years ago, so we are
bringing it back,
and it's going to be a great issue in September and October, capped off by a great beer festival.
That's right.
In October.
That's right.
So save the date for that.
Make sure you are following us on Instagram at ACBA Fest, and then follow us on our website at azcraftbeer.com.
azcraftbeer.com. There'll be a lot more information coming up there, and tickets going on sale in July.
That's right.